Hello everyone and welcome to a new owner review of Cars of Holland YouTube channel. I'm today with Claudio and with his Skoda Enyaq EV 80. Hi Claudio.
Hi Robert.
Could you please tell me more about the car?
Yes, of course. Well, this is the Skoda Enyaq. It's the IV80, so it has a 82 kilowatt battery pack in it, which was one of the main criteria for me to want this car. The next one was that this is the Founders Edition, which is a really nice edition, number 998 out of 1895. So there's only 1,895 Founders Editions made, which is a special. I think it's an honor to someone who worked on the design of the car. Characteristic features, of course, you see immediately 21-inch wheels. With the bronze accents also on the mirrors, and Founders Editions are by default. They have the crystal face lighting on the front, which is I think 120 LEDs or something. That is really nice. If you turn it on, it does a little show for you. It's very difficult to see during the day. It's really optical, a nice car. The reason why I wanted it is because it's very large inside, and I like to travel. I'm a big guy, 1 meter 92. So if I drive a lot for work, I want to sit comfortable, and at the end of the day, when I get out of the car, I don't want to be tired of driving. So that is one of the main reasons.
And why Skoda?
That is also a very good question, because I'm not by nature a Skoda person, but in terms of the IV, I think this is one of the nicest looking cars at the moment. Of course, there is much nicer, sporty like Porsche or Ford Mustang, which is also beautiful. But price-wise, this one with the looks and the range I think this is by far the best choice. And I also explains why in the Netherlands you see a lot of them now. Because a lot of Dutch people they trust Skoda be very reliable. Originally it was price-wise very good. Nowadays I think they are getting a little bit more expensive. But I think this is a lot of value for money if you look at it.
And you want the Founder Edition, or it was just like pop up and you say why not?
I didn't really go for the Founders Edition. But I was doing a test drive in December because my previous car broke down. Engine broke down, and this was in the showroom. And I really liked it, and it was immediately available. So if I bought it, I could drive it. I think 16th of January or 14th of January I got it. So this is, and if you buy a new one, I think the delivery times were 7 or 9 months. I think only now it's almost July. I think now people are getting cars delivered which were ordered last year September. So it is really they had a lot of delivery problems. And this one I could drive immediately, and I needed a car immediately for work.
And do you have more cars, or is the only one?
I have more cars. Yes, we have a very a very cheap car. I have 3 daughters and a wife. So 3 daughters, young teenage daughters. So we have a Chevrolet Aveo, which is for groceries. Small car, cheap, costs €350 a year on maintenance, and it drives 1 liter on 20 kilometers. But I also have 2 Mini Coopers because this car is nice to look at and very economical, but there's no real emotion in driving. And with the Mini Coopers, you have emotion and you have fun. So that is a lot more fun than a very different driving experience, of course.
And the Mini Cooper is the new one, the old one, electric one?
It's the old one. We have 2, the same. Mini Cooper S, 2006. One has 170 horsepower and the other one has 200 horsepower. So in a Mini Cooper, that's sufficient to have a lot of fun.
And there are also things you don't like about this car?
The things that I don't like about this car is I think it's the software, the buggy software. There is, I think currently it runs on version 2. So there's major releases of software. I'm IT consultant, so I'm always talking IT. Currently, I think it runs on version 2 with some patches, and there's a version 3 coming up, which is going to solve a lot of problems, especially with the steering wheel. and the how do you say that? The interior lights on the roof. There's a panel there which has the lights for reading,
Okay.
but it also has the control for the roof. It has a sunroof, and there's a lot of problems with that. And the problem with the steering wheel is that the sensors and the software are buggy, and they cause a lot of problems with the adaptive cruise control. So with all your driving aids, your driving assistance, it creates a lot of errors and messages. So there's a lot of beeping on long runs about things not working, or it just mentions things that are not happening. It keeps reminding you to put your hands on the wheel when actually they are on the wheel. If you turn on the heated steering wheel, the sensors become overheated, and then it just sometimes it stops. So there's a lot of people on Facebook, especially, who have steering wheels replaced, who have complete units, had the units in the roof replaced, or someone even I read had the steering wheel replaced twice, and the main logic unit replaced, and still it has software bugs. I think it is because this is, of course, a 2021 car, I think 2020 car. So it is a new build. So they use the standard platform, but they build a new car with new software. So it's just buggy, and the success is so big that they sell a lot. But I think it's not really. I hope at least that with the next update, the software will deliver a flawless experience for the driver. Because having a lot of messages also scares the people in the car.
But now you know how to treat them.
Yes.
It's not that you are...
I don't use the heated steering wheel, especially not in summer, of course, but also in winter I don't use it, because I know that it creates the errors. And the other one, the driving aids, you need to switch them off. It is adaptive cruise control, lane assist.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it sticks between the lanes, so it's almost autonomous driving. But you just need to switch it off sometimes. It's not the same every day, so that's also a bit of worrying that it's not always there. So you never know what to expect.
With all the electric cars, they're making it so fast, and they want to be the first on the market with some stuff, gadget, and that maybe the quality of how they make stuff.
Yes.
They jump some steps, and they go forward, and once you drive it and say, oh, we have this problem, and say, oh yeah, maybe it's...
It's the quality assurance of the car. I mean, it's a lot of new parts. Some of them, of course, are Volkswagen. It's the same as the ID4, I think, at least the frame that it's built on. But all the rest is, it's Skoda elements, and they are separately built and constructed. And then the software needs to talk to all those things. So I think it's, they wanted to launch and sell before it was really... it's almost a minimum viable product, as they say in IT, but that is not ready for sale yet. It sounds worse than it is, by the way. I mean, it's a very nice car, and it drives well. You have some errors and some bleeps, but it's not dangerous. I mean, I read in the beginning that there were people who actually had their car with all the lights went out, all controls went out, but they were in the highway doing 120 kilometers an hour. And they had to drive back without lights, for example. Nothing worked anymore.
Oh, that's scary.
I'm just happy that I didn't experience that, because that would lose all trust in your car. You have to have confidence that your car is good, and that would be different. But
and did you get the updates like Tesla over the air? Or you need to go to the garage
it's constantly connected, so it gets all kinds of updates. You don't notice sometimes when there's big ones. So like the version 3 that's coming, which is a major release, you have to go to the garage, and then I think it takes a couple of hours because they really go and update the heart of the car. But the other ones you don't notice. No.
So you don't have any regrets that you choose this car?
Sorry, no.
You don't have any regrets?
No, I don't have any regrets at all buying this car. No. Especially, I'm self-employed, IT consultant. So business-wise, this is a very good economical decision to do. Especially my previous car, 3-liter 6-cylinder Audi A6 Quattro with 350 horsepower. you only had let's say bumper clavers on the voorkant, so only people driving in front. That was really let's say fun and business together. But this is just business. It is transport. There's no emotion. It doesn't go fast at the traffic lights. But it's yeah, comfortable driving. You have some modes where you can set the suspension, and everything you can configure the way you want it. So it's really good.
And like you say, you are from IT. I see that a lot of IT guys, of IT people, they are going for Tesla because the technology there is really impressive. And for you, Tesla Model Y, it's also big and
for me, Tesla, I think is you become let's say eenheidsworst. It's called in Dutch. You are one of millions driving exactly the same car, and I think life is too short to drive boring cars. So this is why we have the Mini Coopers. It's fun. The Cooper S. You can. It's like go-karting on the highway and on the streets. And this one as well. It's functional. But yeah, the Founders Edition then is one that is let's say also nice to look at. Yeah, you want to have a nice car in the end. And I think even the normal, the standard black ones, blue ones, they are also very nice to look at. And I think with Tesla, you just have I used to describe them as almost being like the first, Toyota Prius. It looks like a Z-pill, you know? It's just something that when you're sick, you put up.
Yeah.
And that is with Tesla. It's a nice car to look at, but you see so many, it's just, it's all the same.
And I think that one you can compare it with ID4, right? This one.
Yes.
Of ID5 also it's
Ford. It's the same.
It's the same base.
Yep.
And you go for Skoda because it was fast available.
Yes,
and,
fast available, but also, I mean, quality-wise, I did a lot of reviewing. Don't get me wrong. I did a lot of reviewing on why I did the test drive with Skoda, because I also test drove the Hyundai Ioniq 5.
It's also a nice car.
It's the same price range. Same battery capacity. I mean, it's very comparable. And I've watched a lot of those YouTube films, also internationally, to see. But you have to have a feeling with the car. And when you step into Hyundai Ioniq 5, it's like stepping into the Apple store. Everything it's really like a computer environment. And when you step into the Skoda, it's a car.
It's like a normal car,
like
but just electric.
Yes. It feels like a normal car. You have very nice interior. It does something more with let's say the emotional side and not only function. And that is with Tesla as well. There's no emotion there anymore. It's only function.
And about the range, what you can say about the range?
The range is very good. I'm not. Well, you can expect with the two Mini Cooper S's. I'm not and the Audi A6. I'm not a quiet driver. Of course, if police listens, I'm very normal. Always never drive too fast. But if you drive normal, if you really push it and follow all the instructions that the car gives you, I think this one can bring you, especially in summer, 450, 500 kilometers. And that depends on highway. It depends on weather. It depends on, of course, mostly your own driving. But if it's in winter, then 375. If you're very lucky, perhaps 400 kilometers. But in reality, that is always enough. I mean, 400 kilometers, you want to have a break after 200 or 300 kilometers usually. And then you just plug it in. You charge it at I think 130 kilowatt hours it can do now. So that's 15 minutes and you can go another 300 kilometers. So that is fine. I went with this car. I've been to Berlin already, and that was with two other people my size. So 100 kilo plus everyone, and that was fine. We just drove the highway, and every time we wanted to take a stop, we plugged in somewhere, and we continued for another 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and then you plug it in again. Every time 15 minutes, 20 minutes, you can go to the toilet, get a coffee, and go. We've been to the UK, to England last year, early this year. That was also fine. There was a lot less points to charge the car, but in the end, it's fine. The kilometers is always enough. 400 kilometers is a lot, and I drove in the past. I drove the Mercedes B-Class electric drive, which it is electric, but it's still a normal Mercedes B-Class. And you couldn't fast charge it, and it could only do 170 kilometers if you were lucky. And that was a very nice car, but not practical. And because the range, for me, a car is only practical when it can do 400 plus kilometers. Otherwise, it's you just spend too much time charging.
Which supercharger did you use? Ionity, FastNed,
mostly Ionity, because you can see it a lot. I actually only now requested the power pass from Skoda. And because then you pay €10 a month, but then you get charging rates at fast charger of Ionity for the same rates as you would charge at home.
Oh, that's great.
That is very good, because that is only 35 cents, I think, per kilowatt hour. And normally it's 69, 79 cents per kilowatt hour. So it's not as much as petrol or even diesel. So that is, but Ionity is very good, and of course it also changes. You cannot always come to the Ionity charger, even with 8% battery remaining state of charge, and expect them to do full 130 kilowatt hour charging. It doesn't work like that. So there has to be all kinds of elements. Your car needs to be warm, the battery needs to be low, the station needs to be good. But overall, you get a very decent load, and usually within 15 or 20 minutes you're gone again. You charge until 80%, and you can do another 300 kilometers. So that is fine. And FastNed is also very good. I also charge a lot with, or if I need to, with Shell Recharge, because every Shell station nowadays has Shell Recharge points. In Germany, I think the law has changed that every gas station needs to have charging stations as well. So that is something new. And I expect that to happen in the Netherlands as well, because that is the most logical place for fast chargers, is by gas stations.
And I see also that here, if I'm looking in the video, your windscreen, the front windscreen, it's like a color, like also like bronze. You made it, or it's original? So it's for the sun or something.
It is. They always have, I had that with the electric, with the Mercedes as well. And the Mercedes is, I drove it, let me think, I think 6 years ago already, 7 years ago I got it. It also had it was much more red than this one. And it is to keep the heat out from the sun, because that saves the battery from the air conditioning.
Okay.
So they do everything to minimize energy consumption, of course. So you need to keep the heat out. Also, like the sunroof, you always have a curtain to go underneath the sunroof, and the windshield is heat resistant.
A few more questions regarding. You say that you have the Mini, and you have also the Audi, the V6, and how is to switch to an electric car? The one drive pedal and all this stuff. It was hard for you, or
no. As I said, I had an electric car before. I mean, driving an Audi A6 Quattro, the Audi Avant A6 Quattro is that's something different. I mean, that is a completely different car than this one. I would never compare it. It is, if I could swap it back, I would even think about it, because as I said, the power is just amazing, but in terms of comfort, this is transport. This brings you from A to B in a very economical way, very comfortable, with all the help that you need and all the assistance. You can have a very good conversation, having a meeting, because the car is very quiet, of course. But
and also Audi, they have like the e-tron, I think it's Q4 or something like that, Q3. You don't say, "Oh, I had an Audi, I will switch to."
Yeah, people that buy an Audi, they buy it because it's an Audi. I'm not like that.
Okay.
I want to buy a car that I like, that's also affordable, needs to look nice. I mean, I like the Audi e-tron, but then we come to the point of range. I mean, Audi e-tron, especially the previous editions, range was only 200 kilometers, 250 kilometers. I'm not sure what the new ones do.
Would you recommend this car to the people to switch to an electric car?
Yes, definitely.
And why?
Well, economically in the Netherlands, this is now, of course, very interesting, because you don't pay road taxes and the car weighs 2,200 kilograms. So I think by the time that the road taxes are introduced for electric cars, I don't know what happens, but no one can pay for this, because my Audi, it weighs, what was it, 1800 kilos, 1900 kilos, and you pay a lot of money every quarter on road tax only. But this one, of course, it's yeah, the electric part is still cheaper than petrol. That will be changing probably in the future, because all prices will go up, but the road tax, all the benefits are there. But purely as a car, it is quiet, it is nice looking, it is very spacious. I mean, this is the car that you can take on a holiday. Some people put a roof box on it, but I don't even think that I will need it in the summer, even though we go with 4 persons to France, because it will just fit. The driving is very good. It's very stable on the road. Don't expect it to be racing or anything, but it's fast enough. It does. I mean, with this kind of car, this size, it still does, I think, 8 seconds to 100 or 9 seconds or something, which is fine. It's not a racing car.
Like if you buy an electric car, you don't buy it for the speed, right?
No,
it's more for economy, and
you buy it for comfort. If
quiet and comfort,
yeah. So this car, if I drive from let's say the Leiden area to Arnhem or to Tilburg, which is a 1.5 hour drive, almost 2 hours sometimes, it just brings you there and you're not tired. It's very relaxed driving. The adaptive cruise control works very nice. I've seen that in different cars. I've seen that work quite a lot worse. It sticks between the lanes, so for you, you can have conversations. As I said, it's very comfortable. It's like a mobile office. Then, and if you charge, it's fast in charging. So you can, while charging, you can have a conversation again. Continue. It's really business-wise, it's very good. And I think, looking at my kids, even take it for trips. It's easy to drive. So you don't have to be, let's say, an experienced driver to drive quite a big car. Sometimes it's a bit scary to drive a big car, but this one, it has all the help systems around it to help you not create any damage and just drive comfortably.
The boot is big enough for you. You have
yes. Yeah, we
and
can.
Also in the front you have also frunk of
no. It doesn't have a frunk.
So it's just like a normal.
Yeah, I can show you. Oh, here.
Yeah.
It's a lever. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it's not.
Yeah, there's nothing here. Well, you can see it's never been opened. So the only thing is you have some fluids, and that's it.
And you don't find like pity if you look like Tesla, Ioniq, Kia, that they have a small, but that you can put something. But you say no. For me, what I have on the back.
The back is enough.
It's enough. There is no.
The whole car has so many boxes and places to store things. It's Skoda, so everything is very logical and it's very useful for the driver. So you have all kinds of things that they really thought about. I mean, like for parking, it's just the small things that they do. But just for your parking tickets, you have this little thing here. It's
oh yeah,
it's just very smart. The whole car is very smart.
And also, you must have also like the umbrella, right?
Yes.
It's also Skoda thing.
Skoda has an umbrella always. It's all those things I learned from videos because I never knew. But as I said, it's simply clever. I understand why they tell. It's the things that if you have a big bottle of water, it's a travel car. So if you have a big bottle of water, it will fit here. You can just put a big bottle here, and it has this. You can see where the bottle doesn't slide away. So it's.
Oh yeah.
Especially for bottles, so that they stand there and they are.
And that one, this is slim because it's smart because they don't make noise. Sometimes they make it and it's plastic.
Yeah.
And you hear it like if you have a bottle there.
Yeah.
And also the interior is also clean. We'll see later more about it.
I can do it. Never. Oh, now it works.
Oh.
Usually it doesn't work. So you can kick it. You can use your key to open it. This, and then it doesn't move.
Or to put your bag of some stuff.
It's all those very smart,
It's like,
clever.
I was thinking, so you can put it
Velcro.
how you want, bigger of.
Yeah. You can put it wherever you want. So if you have a big box, you can just fix it. It's very smart.
Slim.
And you have
Simply clever, right? And you have this one,
this. You don't expect.
And also, do you have also via the app, Skoda app? Can you also on your smartphone?
No,
you can also do
The app is something that really needs a lot of development, and there's a lot of complaints from the user community also. Because even in my, let's say 7 years ago, my Mercedes app could do more than what this app can do now. It's really not there. I think it's more important that the car first gets fixed, all the error messages that it gives, and then probably they will fix the app.
Then we can go inside if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Back in the car, and could you please tell me more about? You say you are 192. How is to drive the car from inside? Because from outside you say that it's.
It is. Yeah. This is perfect. I mean, for me, we have my wife and my kids. My wife is the shortest one at home, and she is 180.
Shortest.
So 1 meter 80. So he's the shortest one. So we are all quite long, tall, I need to say. And yeah, as you can see, the car has all the space that you need. Even now, I'm in the back, in the let's say the most back position. Usually I put it a little bit front because it's too much. And the rest, it's very comfortable driving. The whole position. I mean, the armrest here. You have all the window controls here. Everything is within reach. You have your very little switch for let's going into from drive mode into I'm not even sure what it says. The park, the neutral, the reverse, but the driving, the day and bay stand. So one is for driving and one is for one pedal driving, almost one pedal driving. It just brakes a lot and regenerates a lot of energy when driving in B mode. So when you go into city centers, for example, driving in B mode is much more relaxed because you don't have to brake.
And also, like you say, you have 3 daughters and your wife all together in the car.
Yes, that's fine.
It's fine. It's not that you need to.
No. In the past, I've when the kids were smaller, I drove Volkswagen Touran, which is also I always chose cars because of the size, having a family of 5. So Volkswagen Touran, you have 3 separate seats. I had Ford S-Max, black one like this almost. You have a lot of space inside, and this one as well. It's just you have full 5 seats. You can travel for long distances with 5 people, and also with people with small kids. You have the maxi-cozy seats and all the zitverhogertjes and the things that are in there. It will just fit. So it's safe. It has airbags everywhere, and it has the seats. Seats are heated, front and back. So you can see here.
Yeah.
So that is all. In winter, it's not a problem. It's all heated. And in summer, it's you can pre-cool the car with the app. So if it's really hot, then everything will be hot. But it's not like the sun is shining on the seats.
What is your favorite feature in the? And also, I see that the window on the back is not really big. You don't have any problem with this?
No, and I even had the Dashcam installed. You can see it hanging on the ceiling there, so that even takes a little bit more out. But it's I think it's fine. It's not the biggest, but it's a big car. So the window is 2 meters from me, I think. Even if it were big, you still have the seats in front of you. No, that's fine. I mean, the side mirrors are very big, so you have very good view.
And could you please tell me more about what you use, the central infotainment or?
I mostly use the Apple CarPlay because the Flitsmeister app, of course, is very convenient. Needless to say why that is, for the music, etc. But all the other stuff I barely use. So the options that they have for setting your route, and then you see all the charging points. Yeah, there is I think better apps that work in Apple CarPlay that do the same thing. It works, but it's usually when you go for long trips and you have to plan your route anyway. And this car this option in the navigation may be useful, but not really a mandatory thing. But it works, so it's not a problem. And all the other options there is. When I got the car, I had a video conference with someone from pomp, which is the Dutch importer from Volkswagen Group, Volkswagen Audi Group. Almost 1 hour explanation of all the functions in the car. So they had a video conference, and you go through the whole menu of everything that you have, because there is just so many things to set up, not just the connectivity with the car, because of course it has the alarm button. If every Volkswagen has it, if you have a problem, then you can always press the alarm button, and it just starts a conversation with the emergency services when the car breaks down or when you have an accident. If you have an accident, it calls out to emergency services by itself.
That's also smart.
Yes. I think
because I think if you have an accident, hopefully not.
You are there like this.
You don't think, oh, let me call, because like you say, maybe you are out of.
So I mean, everything is just very functional. All the settings that you have. I discovered recently that I actually have another little thing here. I didn't even know. I saw a button, and then apparently there's another little hatch here.
And it seems to be big enough. Like you can put your sunglasses or.
Sunglasses. I don't think it will fit, but it's the another card. I mean, with an electric car, you need a lot of cards and apps to.
And how many cards do you have to charge?
For charging, I have ChargeMap and Shell. So the new Motion card, but for the apps, I also have the Tesla app, because now you can also charge at Tesla. Even now in more parts of Europe, you can charge. So you just need a lot of apps. When I was in the UK, so in England, you need different apps and different cards, and sometimes credit cards only. When I was in Germany, you have Allego, and when you happen to charge and you don't have the card, you need to download the app, connect your credit card, and then you can charge. I hope at one point it will all connect and you can use one card to charge everything.
And it's not. You don't get mad when you are there, charge. You don't have any issue until now to charge.
I mean, I have the Shell recharge. It's like this little drop, and it always works. So you can. It's from the new Motion. The new Motion is already there for a long time, and you can go with. I think FastNed you need to go by the app, but Ionity, I don't even know. I think you can also do it either with this one or with the app.
That one it's small. I didn't. It's for the first time I see it.
The drop.
You just put it on your. Where is your
so
your keys?
This one I use at home because that is from EV Box, which is my charging point at home. And then you don't charge, of course, to yourself. And this one is for everywhere else. So this is it's fine.
And the key also is not too big.
I think it's decent. Of course, there's some electronics in it because it constantly communicates with the car. If you leave the car, it starts blinking and it communicates with the car. And if you approach the car, the lights will go on. You can all configure it, but the lights go on. So I can imagine when you're in a very dark parking garage or parking lot alone at night, when you walk to your car, the lights go on. It's very nice to have a warm welcome by the car.
To know which car is it.
Yes, but also it's safe. I mean, you have there's a lot of light coming from the car. I mean, it has matrix LED lights, so you can put on the how do you say that, the big light, the grand, and it just blocks parts of it for other cars and other people, so they don't blind it. But it is, yeah. I tried it in Germany. In the Netherlands, it doesn't really work because you have too many interferences. But especially going a little bit outside of the busy zones, let's say cities, you just always drive with headlights on the maximum, at the max, groot licht. And when there's a car coming, you can actually see everything being lit, and then you see one part being dark, which is where the car is, and it just tracks it, and then it goes back to. So you have a lot of light. It's very safe to drive in dark spaces because it's like driving during the day, and that is something that I really like. It's not something I had before on other cars. You don't use it often, but when you do, it's very convenient. Like when going to the UK, you just go into the system and you say something on the, it's probably here. You say to the car with your rijverlichting, and then you say reismodus. So when you go into the UK, you say I drive on the left side of the road. And then it changes all the lights, also not to blind people on the right side, but turn everything on the left side because traffic signs are on the left side. And
Yeah.
It's I never knew this. I mean, with my Mini Coopers, I have to put stickers on the lights, not to blind the people. It's mandatory. Yeah, it lights in the curves. So when you take a corner, it just lights the corner for you. It's all these. There's so many things to arrange and to configure that it's sometimes even too much. Even the charging, you can charge at home, and you can say, look, I want to lower the consumption because my house will otherwise, the fuse will keep blowing out. You can do that, but you can also say, actually, this is my house. I only want to charge between 10 and 6 a.m., for example. And the car, because it knows from GPS positioning, it will follow that schedule when you're at home, and you don't have to do anything for that. So you don't.
Yeah, I think in begin you lose like a few hours to set up everything.
Yeah.
But after, if you keep the car for a few years, I'm home. You don't think, I need to change this.
You just plug it in, and then the rest will be done. It doesn't work completely correct. I need to say that again. The software, they really need to step up to their software quality, because sometimes when you come in the morning, you can see it charges at 1 kilowatt per hour, and it will never be full in the morning. So something in the software says, okay, I need to charge, but not now, and then it just doesn't work. So I had that once. Okay, then I skipped the whole function, and I'm not doing that again because I want to have a car that I can use in the morning. Not it has 11%.
And I also see now on the map, you can also see where is the charging points. Like here you have and also the speed. Here next to us 3.7, further 11, and is that correct?
There's one over there. Yeah, this is correct. This information, I think, is all probably connected somehow in the back. So you have all kinds of apps, and now with CarPlay, I think it's always nice. For example, Charge Map, but there's many more. There is one very nice feature now, and I think that will probably be integrated in many other cars as well as a standard feature. But you have Tronity. Tronity connects it's like an interface between all kinds of cars and systems. It connects to the car, and then it connects to the Skoda app, and it communicates between that. And with Tronity, it reads the actual state of your battery, so the state of charge. And then Tronity connects to your, for example, route planner. I use ABRP a lot. A better route planner, it stands for. And then you can plan your route, and it says, your car is now so full, so you need to stop earlier or later. And it also does it dynamically. So when driving, let's say halfway, you have very cold weather, or you drive very fast, so your car consumption, your energy consumption goes a lot faster. Then it sees, of course, and then it says, you need to now charge earlier. And it will adjust your route accordingly. So all automatic. It also tells you when your car is fully charged, or you can let it notify yourself. It's really
so
nice.
For an IT guy, if I can say, you love it.
Yes,
all
yes.
this.
I mean, the WhatsApp function, of course, is something. Yeah, whether you need that or not, it's
Yeah.
debatable. But if you see these route planners like Better Route Planner, just it connects. You see that it says here 76%.
Mhm.
So that is connected. Not even sure where. But it's connected to the actual state of charge, and that is of course very.
Yeah,
very
it's good
nice thing.
to
Because
have.
if you navigate with Google Maps, it doesn't do anything with your car range or.
And with Waze, also you don't have Waze,
I also have Waze.
and doesn't say, oh, you need to charge or something like that.
I don't think so.
No.
I never really use.
No, it
Waze
seems that
anymore.
is the.
No, it's still charging. Yeah, and there's one thing that also is not really working. You can see I have a cable because there is two USB-C connections there, so that is fine. You can connect your phone. It is possible to also put your telephone here, and then it will charge. Poink, now it's charging.
The wireless.
The wireless. The only problem is that it gets so hot in there that your Apple iPhone will go into an error and say I'm overheating.
Oh.
So it's getting way too hot in this little position. So that's, yeah, perhaps it's the rubber, perhaps it's just the location, or they needed to put a fan behind it, or but that is not really really working. But you can see now you saw it was charging. So it does see the phone, and it tells you it's charging. So if you put it in, then it will probably say something in the end. But yeah, it's, as I said, usually when you want to charge it, when you go on a long trip, you put your phone here. You see your mobile device is being charged. So that works, but it will turn so hot that it will stop functioning. And which is of course a big problem if you're navigating with your phone, then you lose your navigation. So this is what I had when on the long trips to Germany and to the UK also. This is why I use the other apps for it, or even the car navigation, because
and the car navigation is correct, of it's right.
Yes. And car
it's updated also.
Yeah.
So that one is the car navigation.
This is the car navigation, and it's fine. I think they have updated some things because in the beginning it's a young car, so everything is new. Also the software versions and the way it works. So the navigation in the beginning, it would only calculate with 50 kilowatt hour charging points, but everyone could charge with 125 kilowatts and later 130 kilowatts. So when your navigation says you need to stop for charging, then of course you're like, I don't need to wait an hour. I can do 7-8 minutes and then I can go again. I think they have fixed it now, but as I said, I don't use it enough. I will in the summer. I think I will do some tests again on the longer runs, also as a backup. Because if one navigation fails, I want to make sure that the other one works. Let's see. In the summer, I'm planning to go to Monaco, for example.
What you can say on the steering wheel?
It's all kinds of There is these the volume of the sound. This is the heated steering wheel heating. Of course, there's all kinds of sensors in here. So when you're driving and you take your hands off, it will tell you to put your hands back on the wheel. You can do voice commands. It even has like a... it starts charging again. It even has like a Siri. So you can talk to the car. I think they told me when I got it, but I never used it. I think it's Amelia, something like that. So you can also ask... like Mercedes, they also have it from Skoda. The rest is all plus minus. This one doesn't do a lot. This is all the traffic. How do you say that? Driving support. And the rest is going through the menu. So if you have now you can't see it, but if you drive, then over here you can see you can swap between the screens. So you can change the focus of the screen. So if you are navigating with the car navigation, then it will also show there, and you have another, like a tab, that you can move left to right.
Do you have more things to share, or this is?
Well, there's it's the simply clever stuff is that when you are on your touchscreen, when you're driving, of course you should not be worried about your touchscreen. And in other cars, usually you are when you're bumpy roads, etc. Here they have thought about it. This part here, they have designed this so your hand lies here and you can easily touch the screen. It also has a volume here that you can slide. What else? Yeah, you have some buttons. You still have some buttons, so you can do the settings. You can when you turn the car off. It also checks for anything moving in the car. So if someone tries to steal your car and they are silently hiding, so you can have these settings here. You have the mode of the
suspension.
Yeah, the suspension. It is nice. I usually drive in normal or in individual, because in individual I have changed the way that the steering goes. It's sport mode for steering. And complete sport mode also changes suspension, but it does much more. So it also changes even the color of the interior, but also the way that the steering wheel behaves. So this is much more sporty and much more direct than in normal. In comforts, eco is not for me. Comfort it becomes soft, and I think if you go on long highway trips in comfort mode, you may even have people getting seasick in the back, because it's really starting to glide. And if you're sensitive to it, it's quite it becomes like a very steady ship gliding. But I'm not sure if that will work. So normal is fine. Normal is mostly okay. And the only thing, of course, is that you can change all these things for individual, but also for others, like the comfort mode or sport mode. So you can say, okay, I want to have the dynamic cruise control, comfort or sport. So that means that it will be a little bit when it has the room to go back to the original setting of the speed, for example, it will either go it very fast or just take it more easy and have a more comfortable ride. So the steering, you can see I put it to sport, because then you have much more direct steering. The drivetrain, as I said, in sport, it will be much more hectic, much more faster stopping and slowing and accelerating. Eco, probably nice, eco. Well, even the climate control, you can put to normal or eco. So it's.
And it's like you have like a driver profile.
No, it just says one individual. So it just takes the only driver profile I have is for the seats. I have there's a massage function in the seat. So it sounds a bit.
No, but if you are going to south of France, it's better. Yeah. Now the car, you have the comfort, but if you are driving, it's good to.
It's a travel car. Like this is a travel car. So and this is also why I have it. This is for me to drive comfortably from A to B. So you have two positions. I also have two keys, and apparently I haven't tried it even, but for every key you can connect one profile. So if you come to the car with that key, it will already put the seat in the right position that you pre-programmed.
Okay.
You can, of course, heat the seats, but also have the massage function on this one. And then in the lower back, there's like a roll going up and down. So it's nice.
Yes.
It's not something you do every day, not something that you can really sell, saying, oh, I'm opening a massage salon now with my car.
No.
But it's nice. It's something that is just a little plus.
And the range there, I see you have like 333. It's correct?
It's always an estimate. I mean, it's you can see here now it's at 67%, which means that what can I see? As you can see, I never even used this. So since the start, you can see the consumption, of course, but since charging, I charged it yesterday. So average speed 45 kilometers an hour, and then 17.9 kilowatt per 100 kilometers. And this is an 82 kilowatt hour, 82 kilowatt battery. So you can do the math. Usually when you drive a little bit more sporty, it does 20 kilowatt hour per 100 kilometer. So it's 80 kilowatt divided by 20, so you can do approximately 400, and That is on a summer day. In winter, it will be different. And when you floor it every day with the traffic lights, stoplichtssprintjes, when you race it continuously, it will not reach this.
But also in the winter, you still get like more than 300 kilometers, right?
Yeah. 350, I think.
350.
Yeah.
So still like.
Yeah. I didn't really try because I got it in January, and on the long rides you don't really notice. It's more the temperature of the battery. So it is. This car also has a heat pump, so it uses the heat pump to warm up the interior, for example, and that is apparently it's more efficient than doing it from the battery or even when plugged in. And I think in plugged in it does it both. So it will preheat your car, it will preheat your battery, that will, of course, batteries perform better in certain temperatures. So then it will be it will have more range.
And also, I suppose if you are driving in eco mode and you follow what the car say, maybe you can push it no further.
Yes, definitely. Because it has a lot of, well, if you go driving, you will see it tells a lot. It knows exactly when there's roundabouts, when there's turns in the road. So, and you can actually try it. When you drive to a roundabout and you don't do anything, you just cruise control, it will slow down. It will take the roundabout and it will just go ahead again. So it's really, it's not autonomous driving, and they're not advertising, but I think you come very close. It's not something that I would do in normal traffic because not all people are, let's say, following all the rules on the road. So you always have people which drive just in front of you to get to an exit, for example, and then your adaptive cruise control will immediately step on the brake because it thinks you will hit it, and then people behind you will get very scared.
Yeah, I think it's a nice feature, but we don't need to use it so much. It's good to have, maybe, sometimes the car can choose for you a better way that you are doing. Yeah. But it's not like just put it on and sleep off, be on your phone sending some emails.
Yeah. I used it did save me twice already, because I was in traffic, and then of course you are traffic jam, and there's something happening in front of you, and then the car actually was faster than me, which is not usual, but it was early in the morning. I wasn't really awake, and then you are in it's almost like being on the carnival in the botsautootjes. And then it just hit the brake. Whether it was necessary, I don't know, but yeah, it's fine. It also has these sensors when you park the car, for example. It will tell you when you approach something. And there was a little plant growing on the parking lot, and it was a little bit more in front of where the end of the parking place was. And I was backing up, and I said, okay, there's plenty of room. I think I had 30 or 40 centimeters still. And then it was just bang, immediately. And I thought I actually hit something, but it was because of the bushes hanging over. The sensors detected it, and I thought, oh, you're going to hit something. But my family, well, I think they all had a heart attack because it really hits the brake. I'm just thinking what else is that? Well, this I didn't even show, but you have usually I only use the home button. There is one of these features. Well, you have a lot of them. I mean, the setup. Of course, you can do the interior lighting. You can change all the colors that you want. Like Skoda, or now you cannot see during the day, but it changes all these lights over here. So that's all nice, and when it's racing, it goes to red. This car also has these light effects, which is where is it? Lights effect. But these things, this is one of those examples. They don't have a function yet. Okay. So Skoda will probably make something here, but it doesn't do anything yet. So the only thing, they have the basics, and that's nothing more.
Yes. Do you know what is the difference between a normal one and?
I don't know on top of my head. I know that there is of course, you have the Founders Edition has like the leather interior, but I think it's also an option that you can buy. It has, of course, it's like you hear the Mini Cooper S.
So you have the same?
No, well, yes. This is also first first generation. So this is an R53. Yeah. You can hear that they have the sport exhaust. Yeah. So it's almost the same age as the one that we have.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice little go-karts. Yeah, so this well, I think it just has the leather interior. You have the standard the sunroof. You have the crystal face, so the front with the lights in it. Of course, you have the 21-inch wheels that are underneath, and the rest. Also with this one, there's an option to buy packages. So if you buy a family package, for example, you have more tinted windows, you have curtains. You also have then, not this, but you have 2 times 220 volts. So you can just plug in something to charge, or a game console or whatever. And also in the back then you have a 220 volt connector, so you can put your refrigerator, or even you can make
your
coffee.
laptop or coffee.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what all the options, what the difference is, but this is just a complete package. And there is also Founders Editions which have different options. So they have the family pack, or this one I think had the sport pack. So then you get the adaptive suspension. And yeah, things like parking assist. Yeah, I think they all have it. So you have all the cameras around you, and it will just help you park.
And you have also the 360 camera, right?
Yes.
On the left. Yeah.
I think they are in the mirrors and in the front.
And did you, when you park the car, you are doing the parking assist, or you are doing by yourself? Or you trust the car?
To be honest, I don't even know whether this one has the let's say the automatic one. You mean? I don't even know whether it does. I think software, they are working on it, but it's yeah, I don't know. It would be nice. I had in the past I also drove that was one of the worst petrol head cars I ever could drive, but the Toyota Prius, so the wagon, the 7-seat wagon. And it could just do, let's say you could press a button and it would just park the car for you. I think the Ford S-Max, no, you couldn't do that. But it's you never use it, because I always park my car myself. So I think those are features that I'm not really interested in. It's nice to have the cameras, because of course it's a big car, so everything that is behind you, you would otherwise not see.
And you can choose the camera?
Yeah. So you can select the cameras. So this is the back. This is the side, the front.
Okay.
Yeah. And then there's some, whether you want to park in a series or just have a round sensor. So over here, you can, of course, when you drive in the back and there's multiple cars, it will just...
yeah, also with the front.
If you
like
turn the wheel, it's not there. If you turn the wheel, then also the thing moves. And it's like when this one is very nice, if you take it down.
This one?
Yeah. And you can see that there's some cup holders here. So it's really for
and this one you can open it and you can go
skis,
to...
If you have skis or something big to travel.
May I open it? Okay, no, just... How is going to...
Everything needs to go together.
Oh. This is good when you go on holiday, if you have like water or something like that, and just open it, take it, and you don't need to... Yeah, that one is also a feature that I think every car should have.
Yeah.
Because it's good to have, and it's...
And especially this one, if you go on a large trip, and this is just nice to have cup holders. And it's all these smart things, like if you have over here cup holders, obviously you can put a cup in, but if you have something bigger, you can move it so you can put
also
something
you can
bigger.
change it.
Yeah. So you can put bigger cups here, or normal, and of course here there is this little thing for having for parking garage tickets or cards, charging cards. So everything fits fits in here, so you can put it like that.
Yeah, because this is I would say it's one big problem if you go to, like you say, parking garage and you forget where you leave it.
Yeah,
You put it on the dash, or you put it in your pocket, or if it's between. But there you have just a small thing. You just put it there, and oh, hey, here is it. Yeah.
Yeah,
nice.
and it's these things. I mean, it's all touch elements. So you touch it.
Okay.
This is also this is the problematic unit that I said.
Okay.
Sometimes, so if you press it, it opens the roof. If you slide it, then it will open the roof again. So this works all fine if it works, because sometimes it just doesn't work. And it just gives an error. And then you can always recognize because it doesn't do the lights. And this one is for the roof. So when it's really sunny, then of course when you park it at the beach, then it doesn't get so hot inside.
Also, this here, when you put your hand, it's really comfortable. It's not too low, not too high. It's just if you are driving now to Monaco. Okay, I'm just 175, so I'm not so big like you. But yeah, it's perfect to do. Like,
as I said, it's a real travel car.
You can also, if I have a laptop or something here to do, it's really.
And you have, well, this car obviously has the sporting seats, so you have a little bit more support to the side.
And also, I was looking to the doors on the back where you put the bottle. I see that it's plastic, so it's just in front that you have this
the soft. And you can see the lights here. Here's the LED light.
Yeah, oh yeah, now I can see it if it's. And you have only here and in the front, you say the lights.
And here at the feet, and here in the dash, and in the doors.
And you have also like how you call it, the blind spot, like
hook.
The hook.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it has the warning on the mirrors, on the inside of the mirrors over here. You can see that is the
black
indicator. So, and then it will just start blinking when there's someone in your blind spot.
Also, yeah, like you say, the mirrors, they are big.
Yeah.
And you can see all, right?
Yes. It's more than enough. I mean, the rear, this interior one is indeed it's a big small. Of course, it is fading, and on the left side of the car, the mirror also it has a how do you say that, anti-verblindingsstand. So
also from outside.
This one, yes. Yes. The left side does it. The right side not. One of the only things that I thought in this car with this price they could change is the sound system, because it's standard sound system. I am used to, when I drove the Audi, it had a Bose very subwoofer in it. Everything was high-end sound system, and even then you could upgrade it to an even better one. Even my Mini Cooper has a Harman Kardon mini sound system or sound system. And this one is, I mean, you drive, I mean, the Founders Edition, Special Edition, the sound system is just basic. It is very flat sound. It doesn't have a subwoofer, I think. It doesn't sound like it has a subwoofer. It's good, but it's not special.
And you cannot upgrade it.
I think you can, but not sure whether it's worth the money. I think they're looking at €2,500 or something, which is a lot for just listening to different sound. Yeah, it's a lot of money. This is one of the only things that I did so far is the dash cam. So I had it built into here, so you don't see it, only on the outside. It's really integrated in the unit. So that was one, and the sound system, I think I will.
In the dash cam, do you have like with the micro SD card
yes,
or it's an app on the phone and you can check it?
Also.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's a SD card somewhere.
Okay.
I think on the side. You could connect to it. I think it's just, there's so many crazy people nowadays on the road.
Thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.
Claudio. And don't forget to subscribe, like and comment the video, and see you for the next one. See you.